From Arnie Ball Court here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, the campus of Purdue University, Fort Wayne, it's time for Purdue Fort Wayne men's volleyball. This afternoon, a rare Sunday encounter, the Mastodons hosting the Daemen Wildcats out of suburban Buffalo, New York. Happy Sunday to one and all. Along with Mastodon head women's volleyball coach Steve Florio, I'm Mike Moss. And Steve, number one, it's a little bit odd playing a match on a Sunday.
Yep.
But this has been an interesting weekend for both the Mastodons and the Wildcats. One person is significant with both schools here today, and that is current Mastodon head coach Donnie Gleason, who prior to coming to Fort Wayne a year ago was 91-38 at Daemen, 6 years at the helm there. And so he's going up against his old team.
Yeah, he started the program at Daemen, first coach they ever had, and a lot of these guys on this team he coached too, so especially the upperclassmen, you know, the seniors and juniors. So it's probably fun for him to compete against some guys that he coached and recruited.
We talked a little bit last night because Daemen took on Northern Kentucky, and I asked him, how many guys did you recruit? And he recruited about 90% of the current team.
Yeah.
And as we were just talking a short while ago, he knows all the players pretty much. He knows the system. He says that really hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different kind of scout because it's his system he's going to be coaching against.
Yeah.
He knows the ins and outs of it, and he knows most of the guys on the floor and what they're capable of. So makes the scout a little easier. Of course, you know, new coach there, so some things might be different, but certainly different than scouting an opponent you know nothing about to start.
Both of these teams are coming off straight sets wins over Northern Kentucky. Purdue Fort Wayne won on Friday night. Daemen won last night against the newest member of the MIVA. Daemen, a two-time defending Northeast Conference champion, and as Donnie mentioned to me earlier, they won not only the regular season title a year ago, but the conference title, and they went to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they played against Penn State, so first NCAA tournament appearance for them, and they gave Penn State all they could handle. It was a really, really well-played match in that play-in or opening round. I'm not sure what they were calling it there, but you know, Penn State did not have it easy, and I actually watched that match with Donnie in Donnie's office, and we were really impressed with the fight in Daemen, so expect to see more of that here because it's a lot of those same guys.
Again, Daemen 3-5, Purdue Fort Wayne 5-2, and Daemen will start this match serving in the person of John Austin Bly, a 5'10" redshirt junior out of Lancaster, New York. And the first point of the match goes to Purdue Fort Wayne. With the exception of the libero, the Mastodons wearing the black jerseys today with the white trim and numbers. And Daemen, conversely, white with black and blue trim. Logan Muir, junior out of Mountain View, California, will serve first for Purdue Fort Wayne. And he comes up with a service ace right off the bat. His fifth service ace of the season.
He's off to a good start. He had a solid match the other night, but not at his best. So it's nice to see him come out with a good swing to get a kill and an ace right out of the gate.
And his mom and dad flew in from the West Coast to see him this weekend. And as soon as we say that, he commits a service there. 2-1, our first set score just underway here in Fort Wayne.
And I'm excited to see Spadoni stepping in the place of Owen Banner. He has the first pass there.
Hopkins setting up Casey Lyons, who is denied. Triple block set up, and the block is wide left, point for Daemen. And we're tied 2-all.
Heavy swing by Weiberg, a redshirt senior.
A deep serve. Muir beyond the 3-meter line, dug out in the backcourt by Bly. Off the touch, it'll be Daemen taking a 3-2 lead as they've won 3 points in a row.
And Mullen with the the blue. I'm not sure what they call it in our gym. We call it a blue. The back row attack off the right side. Takes a line swing and catches Meyer high.
Maverick O'Neal with the serve for Daemen. Muir rejected. Josso at the net. And Vince Spadoni, a 6'6" freshman out of Winfield, Illinois, wins that joust. And we are all even at 3 points apiece. Spadoni will now serve. He did not play Friday night. That was a hard serve. Oh, big swing from Patrick Mullen. Mullen is a 6'5" redshirt sophomore out of Farmingdale, New Jersey. Leads the team in kills coming into this match with 112. That's just under 4 kills %.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing his name a lot today. I said tonight. It's Sunday
it's
afternoon.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to watch Spadoni play today. He's got to be excited to get the start. The Dons are pretty deep on the outside position.
Defensive return by Daemen. Free ball chance, Purdue Fort Wayne. Lions rejected. And off the touch, Carlo Hurston, who had a team-high 12 kills Friday night against Northern Kentucky, picks up his first kill today.
You're going to just see him do a lot of that. He's going to get a lot of kills in a lot of different ways. High hands kills. He's got some sneaky shots when the set isn't very good, and then he's going to bounce a few here today.
Casey Lyons with his first serve of the afternoon. One curl denied. Just inside the line by Mullen from the left side. Daemen takes a 5-4 lead.
You've got when the middle hitter serves, you're going to notice both teams, typically the middle hitter will come up and play left back, and that's always kind of an area that's a little bit of a defensive liability. Middle's not exactly known for stellar defense, typically.
Hopkins stays to the right side for Muir off the touch. Logan Muir came into this match 61 kills, just over 3 kills %. Preseason All-MIVA selection, All-Conference selection. Well, here is Hopkins, the sophomore setter out of Australia.
Just out of bounds.
Wide left.
Yeah, just out of bounds. Good run there, though, out of the middle, just missed it.
Hunter Hopkins, a 6'5" sophomore out of Blackburn, Victoria, Australia. Double block set up and glancing it off the block. No, wide of the block.
Just trying to do that, though. You got that right, Mike. It was a really tight set, hard ball to handle, and Bly, yeah, just tried to make a savvy play and get a kill off the hands of the block, but missed it.
Hopkins serving at 7-5. And there is Peter Light, a 6'4" redshirt sophomore out of Brockport, New York, picking up the kill.
Gerard, junior setter, rising up for that set, finding his middle.
Light throws it high in the air. Almost overpass on the receive. Good play by Hopkins to keep the ball on the Mastodons side of the net to set up the kill.
Another pass tight. Hopkins goes up one hand, and good on Warnkel for staying with it and being available.
So here is Hurston, again a 6'2" freshman out of Westfield, Indiana, a suburb of Indianapolis. Quick hitter that time from O'Neal. That brings Daemen to within a point. They trail this opening set 8-7.
Gerard finding his middles early. Both teams, again, like we saw the other night, try and find middles early. Classic volleyball strategy.
Mullen serves it into the lower half of his side of the net for a service error. Each team now with one service error. 9-7 Mastodons. Even one curl, a 6'3" senior out of Wisconsin, seeing his first action today. The serve there, and a miss hit by Mullen. That's a rare attack error.
Yeah, he was going for a tip. I'm not sure if that set was in the tempo he wanted it. Decided to tip it, but missed connection on the hand contact.
On curl, where's the number 17 on his black jersey today? Drills one into the back court. Mullen, just long. On the swing. And Purdue Fort Wayne now on a bit of a run.
Warnkel mixing up his serve. First serve, he dropped one in short, caused a little trouble, and then just ripped that one deep. We'll see what he does here, but that's a pattern you see a lot with this team, is they do mix up the depth of their serves pretty well.
Tip shot, we got a net antenna violation.
So tight pass. Gerard did all he could to save it, but ended up setting it into the net.
Timeout called by Daemen. They trail this opening set 12-7 on this Sunday afternoon, so we'll take a break as well. It's from Arnie Ball Court. You're watching Purdue Fort Wayne men's volleyball on YouTube.
Rethink your limits.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams, go further than you ever dared, accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
Welcome back, everybody, to Purdue Fort Wayne men's volleyball. Mastodons hosting Daemen, the Wildcats out of suburban Buffalo, New York. And Purdue Fort Wayne has a 12-7 lead in the opening set of our best-of-5 match. Steve, Purdue Fort Wayne hitting .417 thus far, 5 kills, 12 swings, and no attack errors.
Yeah, looking really clean right now. Every time they get an opportunity, they're putting a good hand on the ball for the most part. Daemen needs to get a little bit of a groove going, and there you can see a change in depth on the serve.
And Wanko picks up a service ace.
That's a good serve out of the timeout. He blasted 2 in a row, caused trouble, and then dropped one short, changed the pace, off-speed shot, caught the serve receive off guard. Well done.
First service ace of the season. Triple block, worked to perfection. As John Austin Bly ran into a roadblock, literally.
Well, Warnkel making the most of his start right now.
Yes,
Got a couple good swings in the front row and nice little service run here. Showing good ability to mix up his serve.
This would be his 6th consecutive serve in this particular part of the set. Mullen, one-hand dig that time by Hurston. Spadoni, solid hit. Dig attempt goes wide right. And the Mastodons right now are on a 7-0 run.
Really great dig by Hurston in the backcourt. Mullen got the deflection off the hands. Hurston showing his athleticism, picks it up, one-hand dig, and Spadoni with a nice out-of-system kill.
Tip shot. Good hustle by Spadoni for the dig. No, Hopkins rather for the dig. Spadoni took the swing and he went long. And that's the first attack error of the day for Purdue Fort Wayne.
Spadoni showing really good power. He's got a heavy arm.
15-8 Mastodons. John Austin Bly to serve for Daemen. Hopkins for Lyons. Casey Lyons with the kill. And I promised Casey I'd say hi to his mom and dad who are watching back in Miliani, Hawaii. So, hey, Pay and Dave, welcome to the broadcast. Logan Muir to serve at 16-8. And what do we have?
We had
violation possession.
Yeah, it looks like Hunter Hopkins went in the net on the block. It's a pretty obvious one.
So the point goes to the Wildcats, now down 16-9, and coming in to serve, Jonas Drum, a 6'2" sophomore out of Hamburg, New York. Hamburg, New York, the hometown of former Mastodon standout Jeff Patak. Thurston with the dig in the backcourt. Spadoni, tip shot between three Daemen players.
I think Spadoni was up early and made a good choice to tip that ball. I think he was on his way down. If he would have swung, it might have been trouble. So showing some good ability to recognize a hittable ball and a non-hittable ball.
Toss for Spadoni, and he'll get a service ace out of it. It's now 3 service aces for Purdue Fort Wayne in this opening set. And timeout once again called by Daemen, because now the lead has been stretched to 9, 18-9 Mastodons.
The Mastodons playing a really clean match, but again, like against Northern Kentucky the other night, we're seeing a really good effort from the service line to start the match, setting the tone, causing a lot of trouble for the opponent with their serve receive. You'll notice Daemen hasn't had many opportunities to run a system, to run like a set play or anything like that, and it's due in large part to the aggressive serving of the Dons.
We commented on an earlier match this year that Purdue Fort Wayne committed 24 service errors, nearly a full set of service errors in a match. And you as a head coach know full well you can't win when you're committing that many service errors.
No, and you know they've cleaned that up, but they haven't reduced their aggression in the way they serve, right? So they're serving really aggressive, they're challenging their opponents. They've pulled some of the errors out, and that's made all the difference. But they haven't sacrificed power and like a high-risk type serve to reduce those errors. They've just gotten better at getting those aggressive serves in. And you'll also notice they do a really good job, again, of mixing up the pace of their serve, the location of their serve, you know, both left to right, but also short and deep. It wouldn't surprise me if Spadoni comes in and does something a little different. Well, wasn't expecting that, though.
Service error. So the timeout successful for Daemen. They pick up the point out of the timeout. And they will now serve. It'll be Jariel Gerard serving at 10-18. Just over the net with the serve. Muir just in the line. The block attempt or dig by Weber. And Donnie Gleason's going to challenge.
Well, you know, his players were really confident in that call. And, you know, I say this all the time as a coach, when your whole team looks at you and is saying, hey, I think you should challenge that ball, you want to show you guys you're listening to them, and they're there. They can see it, right? They're right there in the action. So you usually put your trust in them, and a lot of times it works out. They know what they're seeing.
The down official today, Beverly Ray, looking at the monitor off to our left down the line in the scorer's table. A reminder for those of you that may not be familiar, the challenge system, each team starts a match with 3 challenges. You win the challenge, you keep it. You lose it, you lose it. And should this match go to a 5th winner-take-all set, each team would get 1 additional challenge.
Let's see here. This could be the one. Ooh, that's going to be a tough call. Oh, out. Okay. So there are other angles that we did not see there. Every line has a camera on it. So there is a camera that the broadcast doesn't have access to, but the replay system does, and it is shooting straight down that line. So the R2 is going to have a really good look at that.
Casey Lowndes will serve at 19-10. Nice. Thurston with the dig, almost a pancake dig there. Mullen.
Smart play by Mullen. triple block. You sort of see him rotate completely to the outside and get that tool out of bounds off the block. Nice pancake indeed by Hersden, staying with the play.
Weberg serves. Hersden tried to flip it back, dug out by Gerard. What do we have here? A little net violation.
Yeah, that's going to be on Hopkins. When he challenged that tight pass, he might have fouled through onto the tape. No argument there.
2 points in a row for the Wildcats, now trailing the set 19-12. Weberg again to serve. And miscommunication turns into a little slight collision, which turns into a service ace.
Well, you know, Dons definitely, I said this last time, the Dons are definitely, their strength is serve receive, among other things. But you have Spadoni, who hasn't really played in the starting lineup too much this season, kind of in the middle of that receive right now.
Muir. Gallant effort by Lucas Pinn. Going into the front row of the seats, just didn't have a long enough arm to get the ball.
So they're gonna, there was a replay called. There was a, the replay is there was a ball rolling from the 3-ball system that they use to deliver balls. You see the ball on the bottom of the screen there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they're saying. Well, ball on the court, could have been a distraction, so they're gonna go ahead and replay it. And you know, maybe not, right? But
You never know.
officials have to err on the side of safety.
Another solid serve by Weberg. Hersden, the left hand. Mullen keeps it alive. On curl. Puts it down. One thing that Donnie mentioned to me, Steve, before the start of the match, he was hoping to get some more players some action today.
Well, he's doing that. You see Raul Papaleo Jr. playing the defensive side of the libero position. Spadoni's in, Haven Walkerell's in. Nice to see that depth.
Oh, short set, quick swing by Peter Light. Produces a Daemen point. They now trail the set 20-14. And coming off the bench to serve will be Eddie Korsiak. Korsiak, a 6'2" redshirt sophomore out of Grand Island, New York. How close was that to where you grew up?
Not exactly in the same neighborhood, but closer, closer than Buffalo.
Pushing it through a triple block was John Austin Bly.
Daemen's starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here, starting to get some more quality swings, better first touches, and they're serving a little more in a challenging fashion.
Hopkins stays to the right. Hersden. We had a chance to talk to Carlo after the match on Friday night. He's only a freshman, and Donnie's very, very high on him.
Oh yeah, every reason to be. He's kind of everything you want in a player. He's confident. He keeps it light on the court, but aggressive on the court, competitive. He can make his teammates smile. He is an extremely well-rounded player. He's really, really the type of player that you want on the floor to be kind of like the glue of the whole team.
Unfortunately, he commits a service error, so the point goes to Daemen. They now trail 21-16, and Patrick Mullen will serve. Before the serve. Well, there's a number that is not on my roster. Number 21, and I don't know who that is. One curl denied by Gerard. Jasso at the net. It's on the Daemen side at the moment. Nice block. Mullen keeps it alive. Second chance off the touch.
Well, we'll work on that name, but
yeah,
the 21 doing some good work, got put into a tough situation right away coming off the bench. Got an out-of-system ball into a triple block, got it covered, had another triple block, took the high hand swing for the kill. Well done. There's a rotation check right now.
It might be that nobody knows who 21 is.
No, it's where he is on the floor and who the next server should be.
We'll get cleared up here momentarily.
Okay. Just making sure they have the right server.
And at this point, Mullen will serve. Hopkins. Spadoni off the shoulder. I tell you, Lucas Penn has hustle. Second time he's gone into the front row of the crowd to try to save a ball.
Spadoni taking a nice swing there. No topspin on that swing. Kind of dispatches it, comes in like a heat seeker at the digger. Those are tough to dig because you're expecting it to dive down with topspin, but it kind of stayed up on his shoulder.
Wanker will serve rather at 22-17. Mullen off the touch, right off the front. Spadoni got his hand on it, but spun out.
Wanker had that 6 or 7 point run earlier in the set, and you could credit that run for the separation between the score right now. So big side out for Daemen to go one and done off his serve, see if they can put a run together of their own.
Overpass on the Bly serve, and Wiebert puts it away, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point set. 22-19. Well, it's 20-14, 20-13 really. Hopkins for Lions, rejected by Maverick O'Neal. And now it's Purdue Fort Wayne that's going to call the timeout because all of a sudden they're in a dogfight. The lead has been cut to 2, 22-20.
Yeah, breaking Haven Wanker's serve was a really key moment here in this set. Should Daemen force this to be a close set at the end, you can look to that. Whereas he ran about six points
right.
In the first time around, they get one and done on him. He was the server they struggled with the most. So to get away with that is big. So I like this timeout by Donnie. Again, he knows this team, right?
Yeah.
So he also knows when to be worried, right? So this is a good timeout. You got a 2-point lead. Your team is okay. Everything's all right. You're just going to try and set up the next play, help your young setter, help this young team know what the next move is. You know, get things right here. When you take a break, you have the timeouts, use them. It'll be interesting. They just ran the middle. They've got a lot of options here. Spadoni's been banging from the outside. You do have Carl Hersden, who's been jumping really well today, who can run a pick. And let's not forget, you got Logan Muir over there hanging out on the right side. So a lot of options. Just ran the middle. Could be a good chance to kick the ball out to one of the pins or flick it back to Hersden here. Let's see what they do.
Bly with the serve. Where they go? They stay on the right for Muir. The block attempt wide right. So it's now 23-20. And Logan Muir will serve.
This is a really balanced offense for the Dons, and it's going to serve them well going into the MIVA. It's going to be one of their strengths.
Muir with a service ace, and baseball parlance will call it a slider low and away. That thing dug down to the left. So it's set point, Mastodons. Second ace for Muir in this set.
That's the second time he's got it killed and an ace back-to-back. And then a service error.
We've
seen that.
Back with a service.
That's two of those sequences in one set.
That's an oddity. So it's still a set point. It's 24-21. Maverick O'Neal will try to keep the set going for Daemen. And he goes long, just a few inches long, but It is a service error, and that ends the first set of our match here on this Sunday afternoon. The set goes to the home team on the scoreboard, the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons, by a score of 25-21. Teams will switch ends. We'll take a break, and in about 2.5 minutes, we'll bring you set 2 of this best-of-5 match. Again, Mastodons 25, Wildcats 21, set number 1. From Arnie Ball Court, you're watching Purdue Fort Wayne Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
What does success look like to you? At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you have what it takes. In the herd, your voice will be heard, and you'll be able to lead, inspire, create, and succeed. When you earn your Purdue degree in our thriving city, you can have an impact. And that impact can change the world.
When people come into the lending process, particularly a first-time home buyer, they're intimidated. You know, they might have never had to go through this experience before. There's a belief that you don't need necessarily a human being, and you can eliminate a lot of the human factors. You know, as a company, we don't believe that. We believe it's a blend between the human being, the human element, and the technologies. We're affecting people's lives. It's often the biggest transaction they've ever done. So we care, and we're going to fight for you.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams, go further than you ever dared, accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
Welcome back, everybody, to Arnie Ball Court. Set 1 of our best-of-5 match in the books. Purdue Fort Wayne beats visiting Daemen 25-21. And we saw a number of things in that set, Steve. We talked about the serving of Juan Curl, who served 8 times in a row. The first go-around rotation, only got to serve once the second time. But you look at the numbers, kills even at 13, assists even at 12. Daemen leads in digs 10-7. Mastodons lead team blocks 1.5-1. 4 ties, 2 lead changes. And Daemen made a little bit of a comeback because they were down at one point. They were down 17-9. In fact, they were down 18-9 at one point, and then cut it to the final 25-21.
Yeah, well, out of their time, the last time out they took, they increased their hitting percentage from 182 to 296, so just about 300 where you want to be. They did that in about a half a set, which was really a good improvement to raise their hitting percentage that much. Dons kind of stayed even in that department, which is they're at 393. They were at 417, so right around the same place. Difference in that match, a couple hitting errors early on by Daemen. 4 service aces by the Dons, and what you're not going to see on the stat line is all of the non-aces but bad passes by Daemen caused by the aggressive serving of the Dons. So while they weren't aces, they caused a lot of out-of-system balls or free balls and things like that that the Dons were able to capitalize on. So look for the Dons to stay with the aggressive serving. Something else to notice, which is exciting for the Mastodons this season, is 5 players with kills, 4 players with at least 2 kills or more in that first set. Balanced offense, a lot of weapons, a lot of places for Hopkins to go with the ball. Makes it really hard to defend. You can't just key on 1 or 2 guys and say we're going to block those guys, we're going to protect against them, and we're going to be okay.
Even Wankuro will serve to start this second set, and he serves it into his side of the net for a service error.
And Wankuro really shined on his service run, which, when you think about it, they won that set by 5 points. He had a 6-point run. You could say that run was pivotal in the Mastodons jumping out to that lead and holding it.
Ray serves for Daemen. Spadoni rejected. He had 3 Wildcats on the right side of the net.
Yeah, the pass was way off. Spadoni out of system set, and triple block waiting on him, and he just tried to power it through. We've seen him take some high hand swings. That would have been a place for that.
Overpass on that receive. Maverick O'Neill says thank you very much. Different Daemen team to start this second set.
Yeah,
Up 3-0.
We're seeing a more maybe relaxed team in terms of like they're in their groove now. They're a little more comfortable, and they're starting to put things together. We saw that out of that time. They raised their hitting percentage by about 120 points.
Logan Muir on the right side says, hey, we got to stop this right now, and he did, picking up his 5th kill of the match.
Muir is looking sharp today. So if the pattern continues, we should see an ace followed by an error, right? Let's see what happens here. Okay,
no.
Pattern's broken.
Ooh, a push shot by Patrick Mullen.
A misconnection. Mullen had to improvise. I think that's going to be one that Coach Donnie wants back, though. He's going to want that ball to be dug by his team.
O'Neill will serve at 2-3. Hopkins for Lions off the fingers of John Austin Bly. So it is 4-2. Bly one-handed. Oh, wow, what a return that time by Weberg. Muir off the touch.
Good hustle by Daemen, but excellent execution on the other end by the Dons. Logan dialed in on the attack today.
Spadoni with the serve. Mullen off the hands of Casey Lyons.
Got to give credit to the set there. Gerard hustling to take that pass. It was a tough pass and gives Mullen something hittable, and Mullen does just that.
5-3 Daemen. Jariel Gerard to serve. Again, Gerard, a 6'3" junior out of John Dietrich's hometown, Orlando, Florida. Point Purdue Fort Wayne there.
Good sign for the Dons. Casey Lyons, who had 1 kill, 1 error in the first set, already early on with 2 kills. Going to bring his jump float.
Just over the net. Short set by Gerard, a quick hitter from Peter Light.
Gerard settling in. He's connecting well with his hitters right now. Middles are approaching with confidence, knowing the ball's going to be there for him.
Weberg, the high toss and the serve. Hopkins. Light tried for the block, but hit the net and hit it underneath the net as well.
Good run on the Bic there. Hopkins to Spadoni.
Hopkins will serve at 5-6. Mullen. Hopkins got a hand on it.
Setter has to play a free ball. That's trouble.
Bly, Spadoni with the dig. Josso at the net. That's a Mastodon point off Peter Light.
I like that set by Hopkins. Tight pass, goes up, block, thinks he's going to attack because he's facing the net, goes up 2 hands strong, holds the block, flicks it back. It's Logan Muir a good look.
Light found an opening. Pass for Raul Papaleo Jr.
Middles on both teams off to a good start in this set, both producing.
Light will serve. Wildcats up 7-6 here in set number 2. Mastodons won the opening set 25-21. Wow. We've talked about it before, Steve. Carlo Hurston has springs in his legs. He really gets high off the floor.
Absolutely, and I was going to say the last time they were in that rotation, row 1, they ran the same exact set and got a very similar result. So next time they're around in that one, you might see that again.
Hurston serving after picking up the kill. Bly, cut shot, wide right.
So Daemen's showing that they have the firepower. They've got the fight. Oh, we're going to get a challenge here. I think it's going to be a touch challenge maybe. Oh, net. Challenging a net violation. It'll be, I'm not sure, obviously it's probably going to be on the block. I'm not sure which player they'd be looking for, but looking at the Dons huddle, they don't seem too worried.
Just for informational purposes, when a coach challenges a particular play, he can challenge any part of the play from the serve to the end, or is it a particular part?
You can't challenge judgment, and but really most everything now is challengeable. Let's see here. Here's the block. I don't know. I mean,
I don't see a net touch myself, but I'm just naked eyes that aren't more than anything.
This is a great angle. I mean, this is as good as it can get right here.
You see forearms up by two Mastodons.
That is still. I'm not seeing the net moving.
Yeah, that's it.
No. Nope.
Challenge rejected.
I was surprised by that challenge. I thought it was just like a clean point. Okay, now we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout called. So a break in the action here in set number 2. At the moment, the score stands Purdue Fort Wayne 8, Daemen 7. From Arnie Ball Court, you're watching Mastodon Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams, go further than you ever dared, accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
Now back here inside Arnie Ball Court, we are in the midst of a timeout called by Daemen. They trail Purdue Fort Wayne 8-7 in set 2 of our best of 5 match. Timeout called after an unsuccessful challenge.
Well, we're seeing both teams' offenses really light up right now. Daemen hitting 444, the Dons, though, hitting 600. We're seeing really high-level attacking.
Carlo Hurston with the serve out of the timeout. Weberg denied by Papaleo Jr.
We're going to have a net violation on the Dons, but what a dig by Papaleo Jr., because that was a rip by Weberg out of the back row.
Well, second time today that Daemen has called a timeout and picked up the point immediately after the timeout. Patrick Mullen will serve. We're tied at 8 here in the second set. And Mullen commits the third service error by Daemen so far today.
So we know Daemen can hit.
Right.
We know this is a good team here. The difference is going to be in the serve receive. If Daemen can control their serve receive, they can hang with the Dons. If they can't, the Dons are going to pull away.
Long curl, just long. I mean, we're talking a couple of inches long on his serve.
Dons are just have a little more ability to access their in-system attack right now, and that's been one of the differences in this match.
So John Austin Bly will serve. Oh, what just a difficult angle, and it's necessitated by the serve by Bly.
So really tough pass. Hopkins didn't have many options with that. Maybe the only other one is like, kind of flick up one to the middle back and run a bick or even like an out-of-system pipe.
Deeper serve that time. Lions off the touch.
Second time this match we've seen Hopkins climb the ladder and make a one-handed set to the middle. Good job again by the middle. This time it was Lyons. Last time it was Warnkel who stayed with it. Lyons stayed with it and got rewarded for staying available.
Muir serving at 10-all. Mullen, cut shot wide left. Attack error will put Purdue Fort Wayne on top 11-10. And Logan Muir will serve again. And he's a 6'6" junior out of Mountain View, California. And he gets the, almost gets a fortuitous break. He actually did. Gerard got a fist on it, but it spun backwards beyond the end line. .12-10 at Mastodons. Gerard setting up Weberg. Kept alive by Hersden. Muir over a triple block.
Well, interesting there. Weberg did not go up on the block, and I'm curious what he was seeing. Coach talking to him about that. Maybe the coach will tell me after, because I can't figure out what happened there. Great swing, though, by Muir.
And as we say that, he commits another service error. That's the only bad part he's had today.
He's had aces to go with it, though, so
true.
You know, it's a trade-off.
So Daemen will serve at 11-13 in the person of Maverick O'Neal.
So we're dropping in, the Dons are dropping into a 6-2 type of lineup where they've subbed out Muir out of the back row and Hopkins out of the front row. And in the match, we'll go a new setter.
Joaquin Jones, 6'1" freshman out of Redondo Beach, California.
And then onto the right side goes Ethan Skalski, who's every time he's got an opportunity, he's shown he deserves to be on the court, which is a nice thing for Coach Donnie.
Vince Spadoni with the serve at 14-11. Mullen, the block. Hersden and Lyons are on the left side, and I think it was Carlo Hersden that got the hand up for the block. 4-point lead now at 15-11. Spadoni again to serve, back middle baseline. Peter Light off of Papaleo Jr.
Light's got a fast arm. He's got enough hang time. He's high enough. He's available for a setter, and it's turning into kills for him. He's having a nice day so far.
Jario Gerard to serve for Daemen. Trying to even this match up at a set apiece. Jones to the left, Hersden. Dug out by Gerard. Weberg.
Yeah, net violation. Yeah, definitely. That was a very clear one. Love that swing by Weberg. He's got a really heavy, fast arm. Redshirt senior is playing like one.
Weberg began the day with 67 kills, second most on the team. Short toss on the serve, becomes a service error.
A rotation one here for Daemen.
Casey Lyons with the serve.
Right side on the outside, outside on the right side. What do they got?
Mullen.
Mullen's too strong.
Yep. I'm telling you, Wildcats hanging in there. They trail the set by just 2, 16-14. And
They have all the pieces. They need to be able to access them though. And again, this is going to come down to the ball control aspect for both teams.
Solid serve by Billy Weberg. Makes it 16-15.
It's a challenge for the Wildcats. If they serve too easy, the Dons are going to pass dimes and run offense. If they so they have to serve aggressive, which risks error.
Overpass. Easy pickings for John Austin Bly, and all of a sudden this set even at 16 apiece. Daemen has ripped off 3 points in a row. That's gonna, well.
Good play by Skowski.
Yeah.
Free ball.
Weber.
What a run. What a run. Mastodon fans, pay attention, because this is a system that Coach Donnie set up at Daemen right now on that free ball. The Bick, we've seen Weberg run so well. You're going to see a lot of that on the Don side too. It's what they're built to do.
Weber took something off on that serve. Spadoni denied. Defensive return, free ball chance. Not the best of sets by Jones, but Weberg off the touch.
And I don't think it's a lineup issue, but you wonder how long they stay in this 6-2 type lineup, or do they go back to Hopkins and Muir?
Timeout called by Purdue Fort Wayne, because they now trail this set. And we're up 16-13, but now they trail 18-16. I'm trying to remember, Steve. Donnie Gleason was actually here with this Daemen team, I want to say 3 years ago.
Three or 4 years ago, for sure. I think 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
And they gave the Dons all they could handle.
It was a 5-set match.
Yep. Well, you know, on when looking at the next head coach for the men's volleyball team here, that was something that we talked about, was like when this coach Donnie Gleason had his team here, they played real good volleyball.
Yeah.
And definitely bringing that brand of volleyball to the Mastodons, and what you're seeing on the Daemen side right now is what you're gonna see and already seeing on the Mastodon side, is a balanced offense, the ability to run a really good Bick, and stable play.
Another thing that Donnie has mentioned to me in prior talks, and we're seeing it in Daemen, he commented about it last night's match. He wants this team, and this team being Purdue Fort Wayne, to have fun while they're playing volleyball. And he says, you look at the smiles on the part of Daemen, it can be accomplished.
Yes, absolutely. So the Dons come back out, staying in the lineup. Joaquin still out on the floor. Joaquin Jones still setting, and he's doing a good job. Skowski on the right. And a timeout. Coach's point. I'll admit, as a coach, you feel good when you get a service error out of a timeout. You feel like you had a little something to do with that.
That's now 3 times in this match that the team calls a timeout, comes back with the point right off the bat. And here he is. Ethan Skowski with his first serve of the day.
Oh, chicken wing, but into the antenna. Okay, so now you've got, you're in a 5-1 type of offense, and here comes the subs. Here come the subs. You know, Joaquin Jones, just an undersized player, little.
Yeah.
I knew that ball was going to go outside right away with the small block.
And Hopkins comes back in, Logan Muir comes back in.
So now, instead of Joaquin Jones, standing at 6'1" is what the stats say.
That scale might be
at
a
a
little
tall
tilted.
6'1". You now have Logan Muir, a preseason all-league pick blocking on the right side. A big improvement in terms of blocking, but also now you have Muir's arm back on the floor.
Jonas Drum serving for Daemen here. Is it a touch or is it a long swing? It is a long swing. And it's a 3-point Wildcat lead, 20-17.
And that was the 3rd time in row 1 they went to Hersden on the right side. That one didn't work out, though.
Muir
gets it.
off the hand of Drum. That's now 9 kills and 11 swings with no attack errors for Logan Muir, hitting .818 to go along with his 1 assist, 3 service aces, a dig, and a block assist. Carlo Hurston ready to serve at 18-20. Then we play this set to 25, win by 2. Into the net. Team service error number 8. You're quickly coming to the point you can ill afford to make any mistakes if you want to win the set.
Yeah, and you wonder if, you hope it doesn't come to back to bite you, leaving that block out there for even just one rotation where they got a kill. Does that be the difference?
Wow. Not only the height on the jump, but the power on the overhand swing.
And again, nice job by Hopkins finding the separation from Muir, and Muir taking it and just pouncing on it. Again, he's so sharp today on his attack.
Wankuro with the serve. Bly. Did
What
Muir
a
get
block
the
by Muir,
successful
dropping
block?
that left hand up in the air. Bly had the seam, went to take it. You see Muir just reach out with his left hand. Just a really textbook execution of closing, taking away the seam.
Daemen Wankuro serving for a second set tie. Solid serve. Jostle. Bly off the touch, off of Muir's hand or Hawaiians. I think it was Muir's hand. 22-20, Daemen.
Key touch in that play is Weberg reaching back over his head, making a one-hand set to Bly to save that and give it a swing opportunity.
Bly with the serve. Lions dug out by Mullen. Weberg over a triple block. Andrew Meyer, the libero. The dig went wide right. Hopkins tried to get it back into play, but
wouldn't have counted anyway.
no.
As the ball came through the antennas.
So timeout called by Purdue Fort Wayne. Second and final allotted timeout of the set. They're staring at a 3-point deficit, 23-20.
Bly coming up with some big points here late in the set. This is crunch time. Hold the lead, not so easy to do. Bly, great serve. Couple kills late in this set. Had the 1 kill down the line on the chicken wing attempt by Skalski, and then in that out-of-system kind of scramble play, got the outside tool on the broken play. Goes back and hits a really big serve to give his team an opportunity. So Bly coming up big.
I want to ask a question. I'm seeing some of these serves. As a coach, would you prefer your players to throw the ball really high or to throw it medium high or not so high at all?
Well, the height of the toss has no effect on anybody but the server, so it's whatever the server needs to hit a good serve. Like for a jump topspin serve, you want a high toss so you have time to take your full approach. For a jump float, you want a shorter toss because you don't need to time the ball the same way. You don't need to do a full approach, get a lift off an arm swing and everything like that. So the toss is relative to what kind of serve the server is hitting. So it's got nothing to do with what the coach prefers or what the team needs. It's all about the server.
Bly serving out of the timeout at 23-20. There's Muir off the right arm of Mullen into the seats.
And Muir just answering the call right now every time he gets the ball late in this set. Putting a little extra spice on his swings.
And another opportunity, he gets to serve right after the kill. Hopkins to Muir. Oh, what a block by Weberg.
Weberg has been clutch in this set too, showing his veteran leadership, good energy, and making some really key plays and key moments is what you want out of a senior leader.
Triple
hanging
set
there,
point.
yeah, hanging there, waiting on that blue, gets it.
For the second time today, Eddie Kwarciak off the bench to serve, this time for the second set. Hopkins, Lions went too long, and this set is over. And it is the Daemen Wildcats jumped out to a 3-0 lead to start the set, winning set 2 by a score of 25-21. So all of a sudden, this match is even at 1 set apiece. Time now for volleyball's version of halftime, the 5-minute break between sets 2 and 3. So we'll step aside for a couple of moments, then come back and give you some highlights, some thoughts, and set 3 of this best-of-5 match between Daemen and Purdue Fort Wayne. That's from Arnie Ball Court. You're watching Mastodon Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
What does success look like to you? At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you have what it takes. In the herd, your voice will be heard, and you'll be able to lead, inspire, create, and succeed. When you earn your Purdue degree in our thriving city, you can have an impact. And that impact can change the world.
If you could come back to Indiana 13,000 years ago or so, you would have seen a fauna of large animals that would have rivaled anything in the Serengeti plains of Africa today. And that includes mastodons.
When I saw the mascot, I kept, okay, I'll take this job. It's the best mascot, I think, in the whole country. And so it's very cool to have a fossil mascot that's not just like every other mascot. And for that reason, I feel very strongly about putting this on display, having it where people can see it to know what the foundation, the basis of our mascot is, because it's just really neat.
I think it'll bring a lot of people to campus to see the specimen. I mean, to know that we call ourselves the Mastodons for a very good reason. Maybe it'll get people to understand that Indiana has a fossil record that is as fascinating as anywhere in the world.
Student government donated the money to have this displayed, and it should be around for a very long time to come, thanks to the students. The students really came through on this.
We wanted those future students to come in and see, you know, the spirit of the Mastodon and what we invest into our students.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams. Go further than you ever dared. Accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
We're back here at Arnie Ball Court, named in honor of the Hall of Fame coach who began the men's volleyball program here at Purdue Fort Wayne, along with Mastodon head women's volleyball coach Steve Florio. I'm Mike Boss, and you know, the reunion between Donnie Gleason's former team, Daemen, and his current team, Purdue Fort Wayne, is becoming quite the match.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one, Mike. Yeah.
Mastodons won the first set 25-21, and Daemen reversed it, winning set 2 25-21.
Yeah, and some differences. You're seeing some kills out of the middle there by Light. He showed up. Herzen with that nice right side kill. Casey Lyons had 3 kills in that set. There's one of them. Muir is hitting 7-14 on the match. There's a kill by him. Weberg for Daemen out of the back row. Big block by Muir there. There's that out of system play that was really pivotal late in the set. Good touch by Weberg. And then the block hanging there by Weberg on Muir. And then the hit long to end it. Differences for Daemen is they settled their serve receive down. You see here they hit 353. The Dons are hitting 365, but in set 2, Daemen hit 417. So they increased their hitting percentage, they reduced errors, they accessed more hitters, they found a lot more balance in their lineup. Otherwise, this match is looking like a really even match, right?
You look at the numbers.
Small difference in aces, but there's 3 more aces for the Dons, but 3 more errors, so it kind of washes it out there. And otherwise, digs are comparable, blocks are even, kills are even. So set 1, Dons had a little more of a balanced offense and hit a little better efficiency-wise. Set 2, Daemen flipped it, and they had more balance and were a little better efficiency-wise. And that's going to be kind of the name of this match, is who can find the balance in their offense, who can be a little more efficient on first touch.
Daemen serving first to start set number 3 in the person of Bly. Mastodons pick up the point to take the early 1-0 lead.
So we're seeing a lineup change here. We have Caden Fosdick in the middle now, in place of, I didn't see which middle checked in, but probably Warnkel maybe. And we got Skalski playing on the outside.
Hopkins with the block on the right side turns into a Mastodon point to make it 2-0.
So Skalski, who has played right side so far exclusively for the Dons in place of Muir, now checking into the outside in place of Vince Spadoni.
And Logan Muir to serve. Papaleo with the dig. Defensive return by Hurst and free ball chance Wildcats. Weberg dug out by Papaleo. Muir clips the net, but it is dug out. Weberg, cut shot, I think it's wide right.
And we're gonna have a potential challenge. And Coach Donnie giving an honor call, saying, yeah, we touched that ball, good sportsmanship there. Probably would have got shown on the replay, so saving everybody some time.
So O'Neal will serve for Daemen at 1-2. Maverick O'Neal. Hopkins throws it up for Muir. Glancing it off Patrick Mullins' left arm.
Well, attack-wise, Muir is definitely in the zone. 1 foot takeoff. Not a traditional spike approach, and still gets it to work.
3-1 Mastodons, and the aforementioned Ethan Skalski out of West Seneca, New York, a 6'6" freshman. High with the toss, there's the serve. Light goes wide right on his swing.
A little wild to start the match here. We've had some crazy rallies and, start set 3. Light, who has been very automatic from the middle, missing wide there. Skalski ripping a good serve, see if he can do another.
Doesn't throw it quite as high. Bly for Mullen, the triple block there. Caden Fosdick and Hopkins.
That's a monster block. Triple block, waiting on it, executing perfectly. Nowhere to go.
And a timeout called by Daemen because they find themselves trailing this third set by a score of 5-1. So another break in the action here at Arnie Ball Court. We'll step aside as well as you are watching Purdue Fort Wayne men's volleyball on YouTube.
Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams. Go further than you ever dared. Accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
Rethink your limits.
back here at Arnie Ball Court. Set 3 of our best of 5 match featuring the Daemen Wildcats and the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. Purdue Fort Wayne leading set 3 5-1 after each team won a set by a score of 25-21. Quick start, Steve, by Purdue Fort Wayne.
Yeah, kind of crazy volleyball too. 2 kills for the Dons, both coming from Muir, but all 3 other points have been defensive-minded points.
Skowski with the serve out of the timeout. Here's Mullen. Yes. We mentioned Mullen leads the team in kills coming into this match. Started with 112 and throw that one into the loop. And
yeah, it's a good look to the deep corner. He elevates, has the swing, takes it.
He has 9 today. Gerard serving from the right corner. Hurston. I'll tell you, Steve, he's only a freshman, but I'm excited watching him play.
He just keeps going up when he jumps. You think he's reached his height and just keeps rising. Awesome set to the outside there by Hopkins. Hurston able to fully extend on the ball.
First serve of the day by Caden Fostick goes just a touch long. Is Donnie going to challenge? No, he's got the card in his pocket.
Actually, so Warnkel is the middle staying in. We got Fostick and Warnkel's middles. Lions getting a break.
Weberg with the serve. Warnkel rejected by Peter Light. Too quick. Daemen points. They're down by just 2 now, 6-4.
Excellent block by Daemen. Keep an eye on Meyer. He's been passing really well. Dropped one there perfectly. Skowski challenged.
Oh, what a swing. Again, Hopkins able to get his right hand. Oh, just touched slightly over the net to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, he's got good size as a setter, so he's saved about 3 passes in this match. And not only has he saved them, he's gotten assists off them. He's gotten kills for his hitters.
Mullen hit the antenna, I believe.
Yep.
That increases the Purdue Fort Wayne lead to 4 at 8-4.
Gerard made a good set there. Mullen had a single block, tried to take it down the line, just missed.
Just a tad long on the serve. That is team service error number 10. So it's now 8-5. Peter Light to serve for Daemen. Into his side of the net, that's team service error number 6.
Daemen just seems a little less in control than they did in set 2. They're fired up, they're playing with high energy, but it's kind of just getting a little out of control.
O'Neal, Papaleo with the dig. Skowski over a triple block off of Weberg. Mullen, cut shot, dug out by Hopkins. Muir, denied by Gerard. Look out, off the touch, off of Skowski. Bly will get credit for the kill.
Bly, undersized out there, showing that you don't have to be big and tall to generate kills. He finds ways. We see him outside hands, we see him inside high hand tool there. Doing a nice job for his position.
Patrick Mullen will serve now at 6-9. Hopkins for Warnkel off the left arm of Lucas Pinn.
I like that cutback by Warnkel. Drops that thumb and cuts it wrist away to, opposite the direction of his approach, right? Good redirect. By the way, I wanna just point out, Papaleo Jr. playing some defense in this set, by the way. 3 digs so far.
Tough serve by Warnkel. Maverick O'Neal slips it off the hands, I believe, of Fostick. 10-7. Mastodons with the lead, Wildcats with the serve in the person of John Austin Bly. He'll get a service ace. Ball tipped out, and Skalski couldn't receive it cleanly.
And once again, you have a player that typically isn't in the receive. It was Spadoni before, and now you have Skalski in the receive. Now they pull him out, but Daemen doing a good job of finding those players.
A little bit long on that serve attempt. There's now 7 service errors on Daemen.
And you see the Dons change up their receive, pull Skalski out, slide Muir in, and then the Daemen serve does change, and they went after Muir but missed. So the change in the receive caused a little trouble for Daemen.
Logan Muir with the serve. Gerard setting up Weberg, just long. Now they're going to say off the touch. Just a glanced off Hurston.
I thought there was a touch. And I think the Dons block looked over at Coach Gleason and said, yeah, we got it.
So it's 11-9. Hopkins setting up. Skorski, oh, nice block. Gerard and White there on the right side, and now it's a 1-point set, 11-10. Here comes Daemen.
You got Fosdick and Skalski front row. You got Muir lurking on the blue. He is in the receive. It's going to be Muir.
Too long.
Yeah, that set led him a little too far. Probably the choice would have been to ease off it and make a smart shot, but he's so locked in right now. He is hitting so good. Everything's coming up for him.
That's just the second attack error in 19 swings. Catching the jet stream on the serve is Maverick O'Neal. That gives the Mastodons a 12-11 lead. And Ethan Skalski to serve.
We're going to have a service check here. Coach Gleason just making sure he's got the right server back there. Hurston, who has fired it up this set, is checked into the front row. Good news for the Dons.
Gerard to the left for White. Off 2 touches. Skalski went as far as he could. Got a wrist on it, but that was it. And we're all even at 12 apiece. Jario Gerard, again, a 6'3" junior out of Lake Nona High School in Orlando, Florida. I have to ask John Dietrich because that's the same high school he went to. Overpass on the receive. Light. Fosdick got a hand on it. Hurston over a triple block, denied by Bly. At the net, the jostle. The jostle, I should say. Weberg, triple block time, and the block is perfect.
Good defense at the net by the Dons, challenging that tight pass and then getting over there and getting the out-of-system block. Very good control up at the net, making Daemen think about that block and having to work around it. Also, to start the rally, a good defense on the middle attack by Daemen.
Fosdick with the serve. Mullen, yeah, glanced off of the arm of Muir. Another tie here in the third set. We're all square at 13 apiece. And Billy Weberg to serve. Mar, the libero with the receive. Muir.
He's locked in today.
Yeah, that's the key word. The word's locked in.
A much more fiery performance by him today than we saw against Northern Kentucky.
Hopkins took something off on the serve. Bly. Cut shot, dug out by Papaleo. Muir. Nolan got a hand on it. Back to Bly, right off the face of Hopkins.
So we're going to have a challenge. They're going to say earlier in that rally there was a swing that looked like it didn't clear the tape. And so that would be then a 4-hit call because it's the swing into the net and then somebody on the Daemen side covers it for the 4th touch in a row on their side of the net. If what the officials are going to be looking for is if the Mastodon block touched the ball or if it hit net and only net. So we got a front row view of the conversation between Coach Gleason and Haven Warnkel, and Warnkel said, you know, that hit was really low. I felt something hit my arm, but I think it was the net, which can happen, right? The ball, and that's legal. Like if the ball pushes the net into the player, that's okay, right? But he said, I felt something. I don't think it was the ball. So we'll see what the officials see. 14-14, this is an important challenge, actually.
It sure is.
To give them a 15-13 lead. Good, though, by the Dons to stay in the rally. Sometimes, like, they won't touch the ball, the block won't touch it. They'll say, I didn't touch it, and they'll kind of stop playing, right? And there was no hesitation in the Dons. Just stay in the rally, finish it out, trust that we can challenge it afterwards. They didn't obviously win the rally in terms of finishing the point, but good composure for this young team. So there's the replay. Really hard to tell. I mean, the net cam is going to be the thing that's going to show if there was a block touch or not. Nice line swing though by Blythe. So that's the play in question there. And for our angle, the camera on the other side of the net is going to be really hard to see. And
oh, I don't know.
Yep, they're saying the block did get it. And it did look like that. You can see the ball, like it hit both the net and the block. And that would be, here's the replay, and you can see that it hit the net first, and then it looks like Warnkel did get it.
So it is now all tied at 14. Hopkins for Wankurl. Weberg with a nice diving dig. Wankurl rejected by Maverick O'Neill. And Daemen takes a 15-14 lead in this 3rd set.
This is a fun match to watch. There's some big blocks, some good swings, long rallies, both teams D'ing it up.
Jonas Drum with another serve. Hurston denied by Gerard. Mullen, tip shot, dug out in the backcourt.
What a choice by Hopkins.
Wow.
That's what we call
Hurston
against the flow. Yep, finds Hurston behind, but you notice Hopkins running forward 3 or 4 steps, and the blockers a lot of times will flow with the setter, so when a setter will then reverse flow, Hopkins running forward, kicks it behind him, gets Hurston separation in the block because the block kind of is moving with the flow of the play.
Hurston with the serve. Oh, Mullen outduels Skowski at the net.
Good volleyball play there by Mullen. Short set, couldn't extend on it. Makes a smart play to push it off the block.
Mullen now with 11 kills on the afternoon. And he will serve at 16-15 here in the 3rd set. Hopkins. Wankurl, yes. Off of O'Neill.
Warnkel doing a really good job of using angles to swing. You saw him cut one back towards zone 5. That one, he goes up and cuts it to zone 1, really picking apart the block.
Wankurl with the high toss. Skowski denies that swing by Gerard. Oh, what a block, and I think Bostic got his hand on it. Caden Muir was to his right.
Warnkel kicked that all off. Again, we saw that early in set 1. He started his service one with a short roll shot serve, and then he ripped his second one. Let's see if he changes the speed and pace of his serve here.
Too long,
Not
however.
long though, yep. But credit him for that point before. I mean, block did their job, but he created havoc right off the first serve.
17-17 here in the 3rd set. John Austin Bly to serve for Daemen. Skowski glancing it off Lucas Pinn's right arm.
Fantastic tempo of the set. Great rhythm between setter and hitter. Skowski gets a seam and just fires it right through the seam. Great execution on a tempo set to the outside.
Logan Muir has 3 aces so far today. Does he get a 4th? No, he goes long. And it's 18 all. Again, we play this at the 25, win by 2.
So Dons here got stuck a little bit in this rotation earlier, maybe for 1 or 2 points. Hopkins front row, so 2 hitters with the setter. And then Muir hanging on the right. I don't think they're going to mess around. We'll probably see Muir on the back row set or Hersden. Out of system ball. What an angle. Wow. What an angle by Skowski. Climbing the ladder, high, kind of out of system set. That is opposite. That is not the tempo set we were talking about. That one was a high ball.
He had a big smile on his face.
Yeah, man, that's a great swing, man. Dropping that thumb, hitting a hard angle, just absolutely lighting it up.
Icing on the cake, he gets to serve after his kill. That's happened a few times today by a Mastodon. Mullen off the hand of Skowski.
Second time in a row, Mullen hitting that deep corner swing. He's got that one dialed in.
I'll tell you, we've had a multitude of ties in this set.
Hersden front row hitting on the left. Could see Muir on a blue. No time to mess around.
Gerard with the serve. Here's Muir. Oof. Off the fist of Jariel Gerard.
2 out of system kills in a row for the Dons. Could be, we look back, if we got a 2-point win here, 25-23, you can look to those 2 kills. The hard 4-4 angle there by Skowski, and then an out of system back row kill by Muir.
Fosdick with the serve. Mullen goes long from the left side. And timeout called by Daemen. Now they find themselves behind 21-19 here in the 3rd set. Well, you're a head coach. What do you tell this team? You know, all of a sudden you're back and forth a numerous number of ties, and now you're down 2 and you're late in the set.
Well, you're over there just gonna figure out what you want to run out of the timeout. You know, it's going to come down to, it's going to be a 2 or 3 point set here, obviously, right?
Right.
Tell you guys to make smart choices, stay aggressive, but make smart choices. Move on to the next point, right? They're playing really, really well. Both teams are playing good volleyball right now.
This is a fun match.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot to say. You just want to keep them locked in. You want to keep them where they are. They're playing good, right? So just keep them going. Make a choice on what you want to set, get the pass, and go.
It's kind of funny. I'm thinking as we're looking at both benches on our screen. Basically, each team is looking into the mirror because, as you say, it's the same type of attack.
Yeah, similar offensive systems for sure.
Yeah.
So again, it's going to come down to who can execute that system better, right?
Yeah.
And the difference right now in this set, in the late part of this set, is those 2 out-of-system kills by the Dons, and then throw in a hitting error on a good pass and an in-system play. And now add the Caden Fosdick ace. And
service ace. That makes his mom, Anna, and his dad, Jim, happy. They're across the way, making the trip from Middleton, Wisconsin. Deep breath, high toss. Into the net. Service error. (22-20). Billy Weberg to serve for the Daemen Wildcats. Into his side of the net. It's now 9 service errors on Daemen, as opposed to 13 for Purdue Fort Wayne.
And these tight moments, Daemen just missing some crucial plays here. Can't afford the service error, can't afford that Mullen hitting error earlier. And now a tough pass.
Hopkins with the serve. Bly off of Logan Muir.
That's one the Dons are going to want back. The very out of system play there by Daemen. Bly just kind of swinging and hoping, and Block should have clamped that one and got caught.
Peter Light, the native of Brockport, New York, with the serve. Clips the net, but it is received. Off the touch. Gerard went off his right arm.
And really,
get credit for the kill.
Gerard's been playing really good defense, in my opinion, and especially in this set. Just got kind of lit up by Hersden there.
Carlo Hersden serving for set number 3 at 24-21. Maverick O'Neill says not just yet. It's 24-22.
All right, a lot of options here for Hopkins, and good timeout here by Coach Gleason. Got 2-point lead. Let's not let him get any closer. Let's talk about it now. What do we want to do here out of side out? Let's make sure our setter, again, we got a young team here. Let's make sure our young setter knows what we want to do.
Who has more pressure in this situation, the server or the receiver?
Oh, the server, for sure,
I mean,
right?
you got to get it across the net, but I mean,
yeah.
and I know I've asked you this question before, but I'll ask it again. Is this now a situation where you look for an open spot, or do you aim it at one particular player?
Well, that's up to the coaching staff. The coaching staff tells the player where to serve, so that's up to the coaching staff. So they're going to look at the Mastodon receive. They have a scout. They have a plan, and they're either going to go after a weak spot in the receive, or they're going to go after. They're keeping track of like where they serve as the match wears on and what results they're getting out of it. So they might go off of history of this match. So that's really on the coaching staff. You notice there were a few times where Skalski was in receive and they went right after him. Freshman passing, he hasn't passed much. When Spadoni was in, they were going after him. So, a lot of times pretty basic strategy to go after what you think is the weakest of the 3 passers. Not saying that you're a weak passer, but we could see a serve here go to Skalski, especially with him being front row. You could see them maybe if they have a serve that would drop short in front of Hersden, because you got Muir and Hersden over there, who are probably the 2 best attackers right now for the Dons. But really, you want it in.
Yep. Went at Meyer, the libero. Hersden right down the middle for the kill, and that'll do it. Set 3 goes to the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons by a score of 25-22 as they take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 match. Once again, time for a break. Teams will switch ends, and we'll come back after some messages and bring you set 4 of this best-of-5 match between the Wildcats and Purdue Fort Wayne. From our ball court, you're watching Mastodon Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
What does success look like to you? At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you have what it takes. In the herd, your voice will be heard, and you'll be able to lead, inspire, create, and succeed. When you earn your Purdue degree in our thriving city, you can have an impact. And that impact can change the world.
When people come into the lending process, particularly a first-time homebuyer, they're intimidated. They might have never had to go through this experience before. There's a belief that you don't need necessarily a human being, and you can eliminate a lot of the human factors. As a company, we don't believe that. We believe it's a blend between the human being, the human element, and the technologies. We're affecting people's lives. It's often the biggest transaction they've ever done. So we care, and we're going to fight for you.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams, go further than you ever dared, accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
Welcome back to this Sunday afternoon edition of Purdue Fort Wayne Men's Volleyball, coming to you from Arnie Ball Court inside the Hilliard Sports Center. Three sets completed in this best-of-5 match. Mastodons won the third set, 25-22 to take a 2-set-1 lead. And Steve, we're going to see some highlights from this third set. And we had 9 ties in the set, so this was back and forth action all the way.
Absolutely, you're going to see a lot of Muir and Hersden from the Dons. Big block there by Daemen.
Peter Light with the block there.
See, talking about that angles that Warnkel's hitting. There's one there. Service ace for Daemen. Daemen showing up on the block. It was a strength of theirs. 3 blocks in that set, but Mastodons had 4.5 of their own.
The block right there by Fosdick.
Skowski with that wicked angle shot there. Fosdick showing up from the service line. That was a huge point right there, by the way. Gave him, I believe, a 3-point lead.
But to show you how close this match is.
Kill to finish with Hersden out of the back row.
After 3 sets, kills are even at 39. Purdue Fort Wayne leads in assists 38-36. Daemen leads in takes 24-20. Team blocks favor the Mastodons 8-6.5. Logan Muir with 15 kills leading the way for Purdue Fort Wayne. Patrick Mullen with 12 kills leading the way for Daemen. So now Wildcats have their backs to the wall, proverbially, and Mullen will serve to start set number 4.
Well, difference for the Dons between set 2 and set 3.
That's right,
it's not massive, but the Dons had 7 kills from Muir and then 2-3-1 from the other hitters. Third set, 5 kills, 4 kills, 2-2, so more balance.
Correct myself, it was Wanko serving first for Purdue Fort Wayne. Skowski, Wiegberg got a dig, kept alive by Mullen. Defensive return by Cal Salasco. Diving one-hand dig by Salasco. Oh, still alive. Wanko throws it back. A little roof shot by Maverick O'Neal. Oh, what are they going to call?
I think that's an interesting call. I mean, he's going to call a throw or a lift, but he's going to call a throw or a lift. I just think back to earlier, I think Haven Warnkel had what I thought was 1-2, so there's inconsistency there. Then his players saying, hey, challenge that pancake that the Dons had, but coach says, you know what, 1-0, let's just play volleyball.
Fosdick unsuccessful on the block. And it's 1-all.
Mullen's been solid for the Wildcats. They're going to need him to be consistent here in this 4th set if they want to take it to 5.
John Austin Bly a little bit long on his serve attempt. 2-1 Mastodons. It's now 10 service errors on Daemen today. And Logan Muir to serve. Fortunately, he's had some trouble. He's got 3 service aces, but now 5 service errors. The one down spot on his performance today.
Certainly making it up for it offensively, though.
O'Neal with the serve and a miss hit by Hopkins. Daemen takes a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, he might have had that block, did not go with him. Daemen kind of got lucky on that play because the block did not go up with the setter that I saw. That probably would have landed for a kill, just didn't execute.
Are we getting a challenge?
Oh, yeah, we are getting a challenge. I did not hear what the, no, no challenge.
Maverick O'Neal, short toss. Punch serve into the top of the net, his side. And we're tied at 3-3. Ethan Skowski to serve for Purdue Fort Wayne. Solid serve, overpass on the receive. And Carlo Hurston says thank you very much. Picks up his 9th kill of the day. Skowski again to serve at 4-3. Into his side of the net. That's service error number 15 on Purdue Fort Wayne. And we were talking earlier about how well they were serving.
You know, but still, like, their serves have been very effective today. And 15 sounds like a lot, but they're getting a good result with their serve in aces and in also bad passes.
Gerard comes back with team service error number 13 for
Right,
Daemen.
and you know, both teams are kind of matching the service errors. This is going to come down to who can be more efficient off first touch, so you want to keep pouring on. If you ease off on the serve, that could tilt the match.
Fosdick with the curveball, if you will, slides in for the service ace. Hayden had 3 aces on Friday night. Serving at 6-4 and a service error. How many times have we seen that today? Either a kill followed by a service error or an ace followed by a service error. Weber with the serve. Light off of the libero, Andrew Meyer. We're tied at 6.
Light staying consistent. Was actually hit 0 in set 3, so nice to see him bounce back for the Wildcats and get effective again.
Light, 7 kills, 10 swings, hitting 500 in the match. Long curl goes long.
Yeah, Walker underset there. Couldn't extend on the ball. I think he was going for hands there. Not something you see often out of a middle, but didn't have much choice.
Just long on that serve.
You know what? I'm laughing because they thought it was in, and I see a coach look up to the stands to see if some of the Wildcat parents had eyes on that. I'll have to admit, I did that this season. Got a little help from a parent in the stands on a challenge.
Mullen rejected. Bly, tip shot. Hurston keeps it alive. Here's Muir over triple block. Bly again. Mullen tried to tip it over. Hurston got a hand on it.
Ooh, what a dig.
Boy, Plaistow continues. Free ball chance. Purdue Fort Wayne. No. Bly, left hand roofing it home. Talk about stealing a piece of candy.
Yeah. Let's get
8-7 Daemen after that play.
Let's give a little love to the libero there. Zelasco with the big dig on a huge swing down the line. And then the free ball causing trouble.
Peter Light with the serve. Muir blocked at the net. Right side. Hurston. I tell you, when you got Muir on one side, Hurston on the other.
Oh yeah.
Potent combination.
And that's where the Dons are going to have a lot of success this season, is they don't have one guy or two guys they need to lean on. Hopkins can spread it out. He's got lots of options all the time, and it's going to make a lot of difficulty on opposing teams' blocks and defense.
Unfortunately for Carlo Hurston, his 3rd service error of the afternoon.
And oh, by the way, we're seeing all this without Owen Banner in the game,
lineup,
who is leading the team in kills. Just another weapon for the Dons.
Patrick Mullen, solid serve. Muir? Yes. It's now 16 kills for the Californian. We're tied at 9 here in set number 4. Juan Curl to serve. Too long. It's now 18 team service errors and a 10-9 Wildcat lead.
Okay, so here's the receive. They push Skalski up. Muir in the receive. You see if Daemen will go after Muir.
Go opposite way instead. Fosdick. O'Neill. Help from the tape. Weberg.
What a swing by Weberg, just kind of reaching back, taking it down the line.
2-point Daemen lead now, 11-9. John Austin Bly will continue to serve.
Good out of system ball.
Into the net, service error. (11-10). Logan Muir to try to tie things up for Purdue Fort Wayne.
And like we said, Muir's been feast or famine from the service line. It's ace or error. Let's see what we get here.
Solid serve.
Yep.
Defensive return opportunity. Purdue Fort Wayne. Hurston says yes.
That Bick is looking real good, and I mentioned that early on. A couple good Bicks out of Daemen. I said, don't worry, you're going to see him out of Mastodons too. That is the offensive system Coach Gleason has. Hurston deadly out of the back row.
Yeah. Solid serve. Weberg, triple block, and the block off of Hopkins, wide right.
Senior outside, playing like a senior outside. I want to point out, though, while Muir didn't get aces there, both serves causing big trouble for Daemen, especially the first serve, which got a free ball for Don's leading to Hurston kill.
Skalski a little bit long. Yes. And now Daemen up 13-11. Wonder if Donnie Gleason will wait to the media timeout.
Yeah, this is a decision as a coach that's always hard to make. Save the timeout and let the media timeout do it for you.
Nice swing by Skalski off the right arm of Peter Light. It's 13-12. And Skalski will serve.
What we're talking about is if neither team has called a timeout before 15 points, there's an automatic timeout. So you get to this point of a set at the score we have and you wonder, can we hold it and save the timeout?
Weberg. 14-12 Wildcats. Again, they have to win this set to take it to winner-take-all 5th set. Mario Gerard to serve.
I love the intensity that Weberg is playing with. I remember watching him last year in the NCAA tournament against Penn State and seeing the fans from Daemen with all these signs with pictures of glasses on, by the way.
Wow, somehow,
hustle play.
Somehow Daemen gets it across. Skalski blocked by Weberg. Oh, what a cut shot from Carlo Hurston. Point Purdue Fort Wayne, they're down by 1, 14-13. Caden Fosdick to serve.
Hurston just leveling up as we right in front of our eyes here today.
Boy, just over the net. Weberg, yes. Between Muir and Skalski, and that will bring us to the media timeout. Stop at your play here at Arnie Ball Court. Our 4th set score, Daemen 15, Purdue Fort Wayne 13. You're watching Purdue Fort Wayne Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams. Go further than you ever dared. Accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree. What does success look like to you? At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you have what it takes. In the herd, your voice will be heard, and you'll be able to lead, inspire, create, and succeed. When you earn your Purdue degree in our thriving city, you can have an impact. And that impact can change the world.
Steve, it's interesting when a team is looking at basically, for lack of a better phrase, a double-barreled shotgun. You're trailing in the match. You have to win a set to keep it going. And in this fourth set so far, Daemen as a team hitting 462 as opposed to Purdue Fort Wayne's 176.
Yeah, halfway through, those are great numbers if you're Daemen. You got to look at Weberg, right? He is putting this team on his shoulders, taking some just heavy-duty swings and just executing. He's 4-0-4, 4 kills on 4 attempts.
He has the serve, I'm sorry. One curl off a short Hopkins set. Picks up a key point, and it's 15-14.
What I like here is the Dons are continuing to feed their middles. They're not starting to go away from the middles as the set and the match gets tight, which is why you're seeing these big kills by Hersden, is because they have to honor the middle late. They don't have to sit on Hersden or Muir.
Mullen, is it in? I believe it is. Patrick Mullen with his 14th kill.
Mullen has that deep corner zone 1 swing working today.
Once again off the bench is Jonas Drum, the 6'2 sophomore of Hamburg, New York. He will serve at 16-14.
For Hersden to see another right side set here maybe. Yep.
And he got another kill, his 13th. He had 12 kills against Northern Kentucky on Friday night.
Well, what I love seeing here is you've got a senior outside hitter,
right?
Redshirt senior outside hitter on Daemen, taking charge, putting his team on his shoulders, and then you've got a freshman outside hitter over here on the Mastodons doing the same thing.
Making his presence felt.
I mean, he lit it up in set 3, 5-0-8.
Unfortunately, line drive serve goes way beyond the end line.
And now Hersden has 5 kills, I believe, in this set.
Patrick Mullen to serve. Daemen with a 2-point lead, 17-15. And he goes long. These two teams now have combined for 34 service errors, 15 on Daemen, 19 on Purdue Fort Wayne.
They have to stay tough, though. If they ease up on the serve, it's not going to work out so well for them.
Evan Wancurl with the serve. Mullen, yes. Not sure if it went off Skowski or Fosdick, went off one of their arms.
Yeah, it looked like Skowski, outside tool. And really nice set there by Gerard. We talked about that earlier. We saw Hopkins doing it against the flow. Gerard brought into the center and then kicking it back. Some space.
Bly with a deep serve. Fosdick, the almost windmill type swing.
Yeah, the set was a little over behind him, had a turn on it. But both Mastodon middles doing a really nice job of redirecting around the block so far this whole match. They've gotten blocked a few times, but mostly they've been very successful on their angles.
Logan Muir, 3 good serves in a row now in his last 2 rotations of serves, and Mullen's swing long and wide left, and we're tied at 18 here in the 4th set.
We haven't seen Mullins hit that, miss that deep corner very often. But late in set 3, Mullins had a pivotal error, and that was a really important one for him to get in play, and missed on that one too, Mullen did.
Clips the net, but does get over. Weber tip shot. Papaleo gets the dig. Fosdick off off of Mullen's arm. And Purdue Fort Wayne takes a 19-18 lead, and Daemen will call a quick timeout.
So Mastodons making Daemen pay for crucial mistakes. Coming off of a service error, we have a misconnection. Set was a little too far outside, a little too high for Weberg. Weberg was forced to tip it, and then the Dons real crisp, just running the middle right back at him for a big kill. And that's a good sign for the Dons. Looking ahead as the MIVA conference schedule looms right in front of them, you're going to need to take advantage of all of those moments with how tough the MIVA is, and they're showing that they can. Now, coming out of this timeout, Daemen has got to have a quality possession here. They've got to put pressure on the Dons. They need a big swing from somebody. Doesn't, obviously a kill would be the best case scenario, but you need to get a ball in play here that's challenging. They had a hitting error from Mullen, followed by a misconnection tip, right? So 2 possessions where they haven't challenged the Dons and paid for it. They need to apply pressure.
I suspect that Gerard, the setter, is going to try to find either Weberg or Mullen.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. I'm going Weberg here. Weberg, aside from that last attack, which really was out of his control, he has been automatic in this set. Back against the wall, you want to go to your redshirt senior.
Logan Muir to serve out of the timeout. Into his side of the net. So we're tied at 19 here in the 4th set.
Again, though, pressure still on Daemen to challenge the Dons. It's been a while since they've put a ball in play that has made the Dons have to work. You've got 6 points to 25 for both teams. No margin for error now.
Eddie Kwarciak off the bench to serve for Daemen. Fosdick, the short set by Hunter Hopkins.
So the Dons, again, crisp and clean. Good pass, good middle kill. 2 in a row out of the middle there. And again, look, when we get into the 23-24 area, you're going to see that ball go away from the middle. You're going to see a big kills from Muir and Herzden. So the script is playing out really well right now for the Dons.
Peter Light off the leg of Papaleo. Boy, Peter Light now with 8 kills in this match.
He's hanging and banging. All right, so now Don's turn. We're seeing some really good volleyball here. This is coming down to who's gonna control the ball better off first touch, who's gonna have quality possessions more frequently, and right now, it's got to be every ball.
Gerard with the serve. Oh, the block by Light. And Daemen takes a 21-20 lead.
But notice double block on Fosdick. They're waiting on him. This is the time right now. Go away from your middle. As good as the middle attack has been for the Dons, time to go to your pins.
Jariel Gerard, deep breath. Short toss, long swing, service error. Mastodons 21, Wildcats 21 here in set number 4. Fort Wayne leads the match 2-1. And the native of Middleburg, Wisconsin, Caden Fosdick to serve for the home team.
Last time he had a cut serve over there. This time he goes down on Mullen.
Mullen at the 3-meter line. Skowski with the dig. Muir off 3 touches. 22-21 Mastodons.
Fosdick starts that off with a great serve down the line to Mullen.
Timeout called by Daemen, their second and final allotted timeout of this set.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. They get good action, the Dons do, off the serve. Limited attack by Daemen, handled nicely in the backcourt, and then put away. There's, right now, as clean as they can be, they're not making bad mistakes. They had that one hitting error by Fosdick, which really was a block by Daemen. And you know what? They had run Fosdick, so Daemen was due to kind of get a hand on him there, right? But that's not necessarily anybody's fault, but you're seeing great execution overall by the Dons. And this is like kind of high level volleyball, right? So like you can't have a hiccup, right?
Right.
Against the team right now, Dons are just playing as clean as you can play. You can't have a hiccup. So Daemen, this is pivotal. If they give a 2-point lead away here, it could be enough.
Looking ahead for Purdue Fort Wayne, 2 huge MIVA home matches next weekend. Friday night against co-leader Lindenwood, Saturday night against McKendree, and then the start of a long road trip at Northern Kentucky on the 19th of February, 2 days later at Ohio State, and February 27th to close out the month of February with a trip down to Muncie to take on the other co-leader, the Ball State Cardinals. And Daemen still on the road. They'll be at Sacred Heart American International next weekend, and then they'll host Dominican and they'll host St. Thomas Aquinas on February 20th and 21st. So it's a quick look at what's happening here. Out of the timeout, Daemen picks up the point to tie the set. Weberg with the serve, a solid service ace. 23-22, and now Donnie Gleason will call his first of 2 allotted timeouts.
And so what they're talking about right now is like, who are we going to get the ball to? And in this rotation, they've got Warnkel in the middle, and they've got Hersden sitting there on the left. And they have Muir, who's going to come around on blue. And then I haven't seen much of it, but Skalski probably is available on a Bic. I think they like the Bic better to Hersden than they do Skalski, I'd have to say, based on what we've seen. So we're going to see if we have a good pass. This is what I was talking about. The Dons have run their middle attack well enough that the middle blocker on Daemen has to honor it. He has to commit to Warnkel and stay with him. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow Hopkins to kick it to either Hersden or Muir, and they're going to have some daylight to swing to. So first touch pivotal, of course, but Dons have put themselves in a really good spot with how they've run their offense, that they're almost assured a single block or a seam in the block if they do it right.
Isn't it interesting, Steve, that you look at all sports and basically it comes down to chess matches between, be it coaches and managers, and then trickling down to the players?
Yeah, and you know, in this case, right, I mentioned it probably about 5 or 10 minutes ago. I was really pleased to see late in this match that they were still running their middles, even when it was close, and not bailing out and going to their, you know, definitely like lately sure things, because it's going to pay off if it's tight at the end, and here we are. So let's see what happens. Got to be a good pass, though.
Billy Weberg goes long on the serve.
Doesn't have to be, but you wonder, do you use the challenge here? Weberg feels like he had it. I mean, you can't take him home with you, and it is set 4.
If Daemen wins this set, we go to a set 5, and each team will pick up 1 additional challenge.
And you know, we have front row seats here again. Weberg comes over. He goes, I have a really good feeling. Yeah. I got this one. I had a good view of it. I feel good. I think we're going to get this one, right? Hey, redshirt senior, veteran, leader of the team, you want to listen to him. Right? You got to show him you trust him. And again, at 23-23, you don't use this and you lose it, it's going to go Don's way. It was out. Very quick review.
Wow. Saw one angle there.
Yeah.
From that angle, it almost looks like it hit the line to make it in.
I know. But again, there is a straight angle going right down the end line there that we don't have access to.
Well, challenge rejected is 23 out. And now it's 24-23 Daemen.
Okay, here we are, rotation 1. Hersden has been nearly perfect hitting from the right side here. You got the block, you've got the sub in here. Checking in for blocking purposes is Aiden White. You'll see him matched up on Hersden here, who has been automatic.
Overpass!
He's going to get the overpass, but doesn't put it away.
Hersden kept alive. Muir gets it across. O'Neal, one-hand dig. Hopkins, a rip shot, kept alive by Hurston. What a rally thus far. Muir.
4 hits.
And that will do it. Point and set goes to Daemen by a score of 25-23. So much as was the case the last time the Wildcats were here, we're going to play a 5th set, play it to 15, win by 2 to decide who's going home with smiles and who's going home with frowns.
Aggressive net play by Daemen to stay in that rally and ultimately win it. Loving this battle, though. Very exciting volleyball. Coin toss to decide who gets serve. Looks like Daemen's going to get first serve.
Well, we'll take a timeout, and then we'll bring you this all-important 5th deciding set in just a couple of moments. From Arnie Ball Court, you're watching Purdue Fort Wayne Men's Volleyball on YouTube.
Rethink your limits.
At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you can dream your biggest dreams, go further than you ever dared, accomplish more than you thought possible. Your future is yours to make. That's the power of a Purdue degree.
When people come into the lending process, particularly a first-time homebuyer, they're intimidated. You know, they might have never had to go through this experience before. There's a belief that you don't need necessarily a human being, and you can eliminate a lot of the human factors. You know, as a company, we don't believe that. We believe it's a blend between the human being, the human element, and the technologies. We're affecting people's lives. It's often the biggest transaction they've ever done. So we care, and we're going to fight for you.
What does success look like to you? At Purdue University Fort Wayne, you have what it takes. In the herd, your voice will be heard, and you'll be able to lead, inspire, create, and succeed. When you earn your Purdue degree in our thriving city, you can have an impact. And that impact can change the world.
Welcome back, everybody, to Arnie Ball Court here on the campus of Purdue University Fort Wayne. This Sunday afternoon extravaganza going to go the distance as Daemen wins set 4 over Purdue Fort Wayne by a score 25-23. So, Steve, we played 4 exciting sets thus far, 1 more to go. But this time, instead of playing it to 25, you play it to 15, still have to win it by 2, and the points become even more important.
Absolutely, yeah. We were talking a lot at the end of that set, no margin for error, and in a 5th set, that is always the case. You have to play clean. You give up a few silly mistakes or empty possessions, and that'll do it.
Let me ask you this. Mastodons have had 21 service errors. Wildcats 17. In a 5th set, do you lay off a little bit, or do you still go full bore on the serve?
You go full bore. You keep playing the way you've been playing, for sure.
Chaos favors Purdue Fort Wayne 51-50. They lead in assists 49-46. Daemen leads in digs 30-26. And looks like total blocks, now it's 8 to 7.5, according to the sheet we just got in favor of Purdue Fort Wayne. John Austin Bly serves to start the 5th set, and he commits a service error.
I mean, you have 2 teams hitting over 300, right? If you ease off your serve, they're going to blow up. Like, that 300 is going to turn into 500 real quick. So you've got to keep your foot on the gas with your serve.
Logan Muir, the service ace off of Weberg. That is his 4th service ace of the day. 2-0 Mastodons. Interesting choice to have Muir serve, even though he's committed 6 service errors. Make it 7. Two, 1. Purdue Fort Wayne on top. Maverick O'Neal, the 5th-year middle blocker out of East Amherst, New York, to serve. Just over the net. Muir receives. Left side. Ethan Skowski
Just missed.
goes wide left.
And we're going to have a challenge on this. Coach Donnie Gleason's got 3 challenges, right? There's nothing wrong here with challenging this play. You've got plenty to use. Might as well. Like we said, every point matters in this set.
And Daemen has 2 challenges to work with.
I like it too. You know, you just had a service error, and now you potentially have a hitting error. And so, either way, this serves as a timeout as well.
True.
I kind of missed that one. Here we go. Here's the swing. So defenders are taught to have their foot on the sideline. That way you know if it's to your outside of you, it's out. But that ball landed slightly in front of Mullen, so it's hard to say that that ball was out. It's going to go the Mastodon way. It was in.
So it becomes a 3-1 lead for Purdue Fort Wayne as opposed to a tie at 2.
Good challenge by Donnie.
And the icing on the cake, he gets to keep it, so he still has 3 challenges. 3-1, Ethan Skowski. The 6'6" freshman out of West Seneca, New York, with the serve.
Good pass, might see light here.
Weberg off of Raul Papaleo Jr., the libero.
And, you know, Daemen, you could say the same thing. They've stayed true to running their middles all throughout this match. They really haven't gone away from them too much. And there's an example of, I even thought it might go to light early in this set, and Weberg has some daylight to swing through and does so.
Jario Gerard with the serve. Skowski, yes. 4-2 Mastodons.
Big time swing by the freshman.
Wow.
5th set. Pressure's on. Nice to see the freshman stepping up.
Caden Fostick has 2 aces today. Serving here. Doesn't get the ace, but he does get it over. Weberg off the touch. 4-3. Back and forth we go. And Weberg to serve. Nice block by Peter Light. Triple block time. Oh!
What a play by Hurston. Knew he had the triple block on him. Wasn't a set that he could swing, and just dropped it in where they would have been an off blocker, but with the triple block up, nobody there.
Hunter Hopkins will serve. Purdue Fort Wayne up by 2 here in the 5th set.
Sometimes it's better play smart than play hard.
Bly. Is it touched or is it long? It is long, and looks like challenge time coming up for Daemen.
Yeah, you got to challenge this. And again, if nothing else, you get a timeout out of it. But Daemen's got 2 challenges left, right? So it's 6-3. This Daemen's looking at only 9 points left, you know, for the Dons to get, right? So they're wanting the touch. They're saying they think the block touched it. All 6 players on Daemen saying, yes, do it. It was a touch. See Muir, wow.
It's hard.
Yeah, very hard for us. The officials, again, have access to a replay system called Echo, and they're going to be able to slow it down. The frame rate and the pixels are excellent. Cameras are really good.
What are there, 8 different views they could look at?
Yeah, 8 different views. And they're able to zoom in from all of those views. Muir does a nice job of pressing in with his right hand. Oh, they get it. So while we couldn't see it here, like I was saying, the replay system is very good here.
So, Wildcats get to keep both of their challenges. Something we didn't mention earlier, we were wondering who number 21 was. Well, 21 is Aiden White, whose normal jersey number is 20. Steve went to the detective agency to find the answer to that.
And, you know, he's been effective when he's subbed in, so he's in here to block.
Logan Muir.
He's going to have to get a swing here. Tough ball.
Dug out by Papaleo. Down the lines.
Oh, foot dig. Oh, he can challenge it.
Are we going to challenge or are we not?
The down official says, I saw it hit the ground, so. Nice Bick out of the back row. That was Skalski out of the back row, I believe.
Yes, it was.
So I was wondering if they had the, you know, if they felt comfortable going in the back row, and the answer is yes.
6-4. Mullen dug out by Hopkins. Tip shot rejected. Long run. Defensive return. Free ball chance, Wildcats. O'Neal off a touch. Point Daemen. It's 6-5.
Hopkins got real aggressive with a set choice there, forcing a ball. You know, I don't know that you need to force anything here, right? You've got enough. You got Herzen who just fly in out of the back row. Go to him.
Patrick Mullen serving for a 6-6 tie. And he commits a service error instead. 7-5 Purdue Fort Wayne. Once the first team reaches 8, the teams will switch ends for the remainder of the match. Haven Wancurl to serve. Weberg dug out.
And we got a back row, illegal back row attack. Weberg stepped on the line. Not allowed to do that. Got to jump from behind the line. Down official had that call. Coach Gleason was shouting, make sure he sees you.
So it is now 8-5 in favor of Purdue Fort Wayne, and the teams will switch. And it's interesting. Sometimes there's a timeout, and sometimes they just line up and just get ready to go. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here.
Well, it's up to the coaches. No one wants a timeout. Maybe Daemen's going to call it. Yep.
So we're gonna.
There will be a timeout.
There'll be a timeout, but we're going to keep it right here. Fifth set. Mastodons began the year with back-to-back 5-set matches. They lost to Missouri S&T, but beat New Jersey Tech. They beat Maryville in 5 back on January 23rd. So this already is their 4th 5-set match out of 8 matches played. Talk about getting a bang for your buck.
Absolutely, and looking right now, we're seeing another slugfest here. Daemen hitting an impressive 429, but right back at you, the Dons hitting 571 in this set, right? So both teams going for it, and like I said, like you can't blink, you can't flinch in this match. If you do, the other team's going to run away, right? They're going to run away with it. So you have to keep the pressure on. This is great volleyball for the Dons to take into MIVA play. And I also like, you know, I mentioned Owen Banner, who's leading the Dons in kills, has not seen this match and likely won't, right? I love the choice to do that, right? Like, you obviously want to win this one, but you've got all this young talent on the team. Get them some experience because you might need them in an MIV action. You might need to make subs, and if they haven't felt pressure, if they haven't seen high-level play, it's not going to work out so well once you get into conference play. So I love the choice here.
Play resumes. Mullen dug out by Hopkins.
Important hit
Tough
by
angle.
Hopkins.
Skowski off the fingertips of Billy Weber. 9-5, and now Daemen will call the first of their 2 allotted timeouts.
And we've seen Mullen get kills into that zone 1 area, so good adjustment by Hopkins to get a dig in the most important set of the night, right? He comes up with a dig and then a great conversion by Skalski, who has been excellent in this 5th set. especially.
Both teams have 2 players in double figures in kills. For Purdue Fort Wayne, Logan Muir with 17 kills and Carlo Hurston with 14. And for the Daemen Wildcats, both Patrick Mullen and Billy Weberg have 15 kills apiece. It's interesting, Steve, the setters. Jario Gerard with 41 assists to go along with 12 digs. He's got a double-double. And Hunter Hopkins, 49 assists, 6 digs, but he's got a solo block and 2 block assists. So we talk about contributions from a lot of people, and everybody seems to be contributing today, and that may be one reason why this match has been so entertaining.
That is the reason why, for sure. We're seeing balanced attacks by both teams, all players contributing, lots of rallies that have been exciting, just big kills. Very, very fun volleyball match.
Juan Curl with the toss, gets it over the net. Blige blocked. I think it was Fosdick. Muir was there as well. But now it's a 10-5 Mastodon lead.
Wankel, again, coming up with a nice little service run like he did in set 1. And you see him again showing his ability to hit short and deep serves.
Again, took something
Another
off.
short serve.
Bly.
Ooh, nice swing by Bly.
Hopkins with the dig. Skowski over a triple block. Yes! And it's 11-5.
What's really impressive is Skowski's stepping up in really high pressure situation in a position he has yet to play for the Dons in a live match this season. He's been on the right side for the Dons so far this season, moved over to the left, and he is playing with a huge smile on his face, playing with all the confidence in the world. I mean, he took that swing there against a triple block as if he had no block on him, you know, just going for it.
And he just let it go, yeah.
And that's what Coach Gleason is looking for here. That's why he's in and Owen Banner isn't. Not that Banner can't do it, right? We know he's right now the top attacker on the team, but like you need those other players to get that confidence, right? And clearly they're getting it. So when we get into the MIVA and the Dons are in tight moments and Coach Gleason has to make a sub, he's going to have guys that are going to go in and say, I can do it, because they've already done it.
Speaking of conference play, quick look at the conference standings. Ball State and Lindenwood are both 2-0. Mastodons and Ohio State 1-0. Loyola Chicago, the preseason favorite. McKendree both 1-1. And then Queens, Lewis, and Northern Kentucky are each 0-2 in league play. And after this match today, it is MIVA play the rest of the way through the regular season for Purdue Fort Wayne.
Wankel continues with the short serves, continues to get good results.
Skowski, yes!
And deja vu, another short serve, another tough pass, another transition ball to Skowski, and another kill. I think that's 3 in a row now.
Purdue Fort Wayne 3 points away from putting an end to this match. Daemen's used both of their allotted timeouts. Haven Wankerl, deep breath, high toss, clips the net but gets the serve over. O'Neal blocked by Caden Fosdick, and it's 13-5. In this particular situation, it was 7-5 when Wankerl began serving. And now it's 13-5.
Another 6-point run.
Yeah.
And counting.
Deeper serve that time. O'Neal, well, there we go. Broadcaster's drinks, if you will, for your own team.
Well, no, I mean, 6-point run out of a middle serving is 2 of those in one match. Gosh, no jinx there. That's a good run.
13-6, John Austin Bly to serve for Daemen.
A lot of ground to make up for Daemen.
Logan Muir with the kill, and now it's multiple match point time.
Don's not letting him up for air.
And maybe poetic justice, Logan Muir is going to serve for the match after picking up his 18th kill. And he commits his 8th service error instead. So 1 match point averted by Daemen. They still trail 14-7. Jonas Drum off the bench to serve. Muir kept alive. Weber go for a triple block, and that's rejected. Second chance. Skowski with the dig. Jossa with the net. Skowski for the win! And that will do it.
Wow.
Winner take off, 5th set goes to Purdue Fort Wayne by a score of 15-7.
What a performance by Skowski in that 5th set, by the way. We're talking about players putting teams on shoulders, and Skowski just answered the call in that 5th set, and taking a lot of out-of-system swings and converting. And that 5th set was an exclamation point on this match for sure. Great match by both teams.
What a match it was. Quick look at some of the final numbers as we wrap things up. Kills today favored Purdue Fort Wayne 60-55. Dons led in assists 58-51. Diggs even at 32. Purdue Fort Wayne led in total blocks 10-7. I make that 9-7. 9-7. Individually, Logan Muir had one of his best matches of the season. A match high 18 kills. To go along with 1 assist, 4 service aces, 2 digs, and 5 block assists. 14 kills for Carlo Hurston, who had 12 kills on Friday night. 10 kills for Ethan Skowski. And he didn't come in until, was it the 4th set or maybe the 3rd? But he had 10 kills, 4 digs. 6 kills for Vince Bodoni, who started the match, and 5 kills for Juan Curl, 4 kills for Casey Lyons, and 3 for Caden Fosdick. For Daemen, Patrick Mullen and Billy Weberg each with 15 kills, 9 kills for John Austin Bly, 8 kills for Peter Light, and 7 kills for Maverick O'Neill, and 1 for Aiden White. 42 assists for Jariel Gerard, the setter. He also had 13 digs, so he had a double-double. 8 service aces, 23 service errors for Purdue Fort Wayne, 4 service aces, 19 service errors for Daemen. And in this match, we had a grand total of 34 ties, 15 lead changes. Took nearly 2.5 hours to decide a winner today, Steve, but I think both teams won because this is a non-league match. For Purdue Fort Wayne, they improved to 6-2. Daemen will make the 6-hour bus ride back to suburban Buffalo with a record of 3-6. But they're the 2-time defending champions in the Northeast Conference, and this can do nothing but get them ready for further conference play.
Absolutely. Like, after what we saw today, I have a lot of confidence in that Daemen team to go back into the NEC again and be a threat to win it again. Lots of good things there. And looking at the Mastodons today, so much depth right now and so much excitement and so many players that could do so many things.
And from a psychological standpoint, we talked about it. Conference play resumes next week. You're playing a co-leader, Linden Wood, 2-0 in the league. They've only lost once this year. They're coming to town. Super huge match. Love to see people come to here to the Arnie Ball Court to see it. 2 home matches next weekend and then a lengthy stand of matches on the road. So really important psychologically to go into this upcoming weekend of conference play with 2 non-league wins this weekend under your belt.
Absolutely. You know, you can use this to go in, like you said, with all that confidence. And, hey, there's nothing to not be confident about, right? We're seeing really good volleyball come out of the Mastodons. Let's
Yeah.
go. Bring it on, MIVA.
Wow. That will do it for head women's volleyball coach Steve Florio. I'm Mike Maas. What a Sunday afternoon it has been here in the Summit City. Our final score in this match that went the distance, a full 5 sets. Purdue Fort Wayne defeats Daemen by set scores of 25-21, 21-25, 25-22, 23-25, and then 15-7 in the decisive 5th set. Mastodons improved to 6-2. Daemen falls to 3-6. But boy, the future looks bright for both of these teams. Reunion day's done for Donnie Gleason. He'll go home with a smile on his face. And Purdue Fort Wayne now gets ready to re-enter MIVA play next weekend with critical home matches against both Lindenwood and McKendree. That's it. We hope you've enjoyed the match as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Time to say so long now from Arnie Ball Court here inside the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of Purdue University Fort Wayne. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon as you have been watching Purdue Fort Wayne men's volleyball on YouTube.
I was just watching. I clicked on